Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final instalment of Sam Ice Leaves Winterhollow Manor. When we left off last time, unfortunately, Sam was forced to leave behind his home, his siblings, and everything he knew, because his evil birth mother, Morgan the Enchantress of Oakstead, leader of the Sisterhood of the Fallen Gods, was going to track him down, and his father, the leader of the Northern Knights Guild, Sir Jon Seal of Winterhollow Manor, was forced to bring him back to Castle Highland, the home of the Northern Knights Guild, for his own protection. We also met two of the most important characters in Babylon. Jon's second-in-command, Sir Wolfslayer Jones of Orangus City, and Lady Kelly Lightfoot of Warrentown. Now, for the final instalment of this tale, but don't worry, it does have a happy moment, but you might cry tears of joy, so just keep the tissues with you just in case. An hour later, Sam was pulled out of his thoughts by two people sitting on both sides of him. He turned to his left to see a western sea elf with almost pale blue skin, bright green eyes, light brown hair that fell down to her shoulder blades, dark purple lips, and she wore purple and silver robes under a light brown leather cloak, with light caribou and grey lynx fur across the shoulders and a silver chain around the neck. On his right was a young northern human with brownish blonde hair, stubble growing into a beard, bright blue eyes, a crooked nose, broad shoulders, and also wearing a light brown leather cloak with light caribou and grey lynx fur across the shoulders, and a silver chain around the neck, held up by a dark silver brooch at the top left corner of the cloak. Who are you two? Sam asked as he wiped the tears from his face. The sea elf introduced herself first. My name is Jemma Seashore of Atlantia City, apprentice to the Maester of the Northern Knights Guild, Geoffery of the Snow Elf House De'Montho. This is Sir Jordan Ice of Oakstead town. He is a newly trained knight as well as the guild's new blacksmith, said Lady Jemma. Then Jordan held out his hand, which Sam shook, then shook her hand. I'm Sam Ice of Winterhollow Manor, Jon Seal's son. I've been brought here because there is an evil sisterhood after me, and my father believes this is the safest place for me. But I don't know if it was right, as I don't think I belong here, Sam said as he then felt Jordan put a hand on his shoulder. He looked at the man with a confused look. I was to be a knight of the Northern Guild, but they made me their new blacksmith, not just because I can craft Alberian steel, but also because I can't be a knight or a hero. I'm not cut out for it. I never was and never will be. No, even my own parents knew I wasn't worth the trouble. When I was 12 years old, they dumped me at my uncle's forge in Oakstead town the first chance they got, and, well, after that, let's just say that I never heard from them again, Jordan said, and Sam looked at him. Well, if you both think that's bad, get this. Jordan and Jemma looked at him. I found out that my birth mother is Morgan the Enchantress of Oakstead, the evil magus and leader of the Sisterhood of the Fallen Gods. And she tried to sacrifice me to the fallen gods as a baby. Sam then pulled down the collar of his tunic to show them the scar on his chest. I've only heard stories of the Sisterhood of the Fallen Gods. They've done such terrible things, but To know that they tried to do that to you, it is unthinkable, Jemma exclaimed. Then Sam smiled at her and patted her knee with his left hand. You want to know why the Guild made me a blacksmith? Jordan asked. Sam nodded, which made Jordan smile. It's because my Uncle Robert of Oakstead. He is one of a handful of human elven smiths who can craft Alberian steel. He taught me how to do that, and now I can make weapons and armour for the guild out of the metal that only the dwarves, as well as a handful of humans and elves, know how to craft. But don't worry, Sam. You stick with me and Jemma and we can look out for you. Jordan finished and put an arm around Sam's shoulders, which made Sam smile, as he knew from that moment that he had two friends in Sir Jordan Ice of Oakstead Town and Lady Jemma Seashore of Atlantia. He would be made a steward and would be trained in not only how to fight by Lady Kelly Lightfoot of Warrentown, but also how to craft things from Alberian steel by his new friend Jordan, and how to read, write and study law by Maester De'Montho and his new friend Jemma. But little knowing that someday, when he would least be expecting it, he would have to face his mother and confront his past, as well as the sisterhood of the fallen gods. Sam Ice of Winterhollow Manor will return. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed that tale, and I hope you've all enjoyed the journey as much as I've enjoyed reading it. I hope that I will be able to do this again, but for the meantime I will be wishing you all season's greetings, and I hope to see you all again. And remember, please comment down below. May the Force be with you for infinity and beyond.